last but not least, man, Super Bowl's coming up. Who
No
you
doubt.
got? Who you got?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I want the Philadelphia Eagles to win. Number one, because I've always been an NFC guy. Number two, because I'm tired of the Chiefs. The Chiefs are now officially the
Yeah, I
new
agree.
New England Patriots. So I'm tired of it. Even though I like Patrick Mahomes, like Andy Reid, I like the Chiefs, but I'm at my point where I'm just like, come on, man. So I'm gonna root for the Eagles, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick them.
Yeah, I think the Eagles can beat them up. There were two teams I felt like the Kansas City Chiefs couldn't beat. And that was the Eagles and the Ravens, and it was for the same reason. Like I don't think they're going to be able to stop the run well enough to win that game. And then you got a team that can control the clock a lot better than you can. And then both teams had good enough defenses to be able to beat the Chiefs. So I don't like it. It would be cool to see the three-peat. I'm not as sick of the Chiefs as I am sick of the Patrick Mahomes as the GOAT talk. Like I'm kind of sick of that. Like Patrick.
Hold on, Mac.
Here we go.
Hold on, Mac. Now, didn't I beat you down with the Brady argument?
He's so. Oh my God.
Now
So
hold on, Mac. Now he's won 3 already in his career, and been to 4. He's always
again.
tops in the league. I mean, you don't think
No,
it's
no,
fair
no, he's not
to
always tops in the league. Like it, so Patrick Mahomes has not had a MVP season since Eric Bieniemy has left. He hasn't
That's
had that
fine.
type of season since he left.
Fine.
But what I'm saying is they keep saying that he's untouched. So here's the thing. He is very, very reliable in terms of just being able to get it done. So I love that. But it's the GOAT talk. He came into this, and I always say this. Yeah, I always say this. He walked into the best situation to have that skill set. So I'm not saying that it was ready made for him. What I'm saying is he walked into the best situation he could have possibly walked into. If I'm not mistaken, Patrick Mahomes was he not drafted in the second round? Was he a second round draft pick or was he first?
No, I think he was second round.
So
No, he might have been.
so a lot of teams passed on him. I'm checking to see now. I believe he was the 10th pick in the first round. He was 10th pick in the draft. So
Okay.
but there were other quarterbacks that surpassed him in the draft. Like he had some questions coming out of college. Like he just like that's not me making it up. He did have some questions coming out of college. So did Lamar Jackson, by the way. And they both have surpassed what people thought they would do. Lewis Riddick was the first one to be like, when y'all see this kid Patrick Mahomes, this is what he was saying his rookie season. And he's met the expectations. So I'm not going there. What I am saying is, and again, y'all forgive me because I'm sensitive to this because I watched media members do this to children. So I'm sensitive when I see it being done to anybody. So let me start there. What I'm saying is when they start saying the GOAT talk, it's just like, my God, man, like let the man's career play out. Like if he wins the three-peat and he has 4 and he never wins again, is his career then a failure? Like, are we now like you're gonna see, let's say they win this season. This is the reason why I don't like the GOAT talk. Let's say they win this season. And let's say they never win again the next 4 to 5, 6, maybe even 7 years. The GOAT talk will then dissipate because he's not winning in those moments. And what goes into winning in team sports is a lot more than just like it's a little more to it than that. Like we know Lamar Jackson has been the most talented quarterback in the league for a great number of years. Why do we know that? Because they keep giving him MVPs. Like, he's clearly the most talented quarterback in the league, but he hasn't been in the same situations as Pat Mahomes. Like, it's like when you see Andy Reid. I liken it. Hold on, let me get this, and then I'm gonna give it back to you. When you see Andy Reid, and let me know if you agree with this, it's like liking him to a carpenter that just has been walking around with hammer and nails, and he's really good with the hammer and nails, but he never got himself acclimated to a powder actuated nail gun, and now that's what he has with Pat Mahomes, and he really can let off on these buildings that he's putting up now. It wasn't that he wasn't a good carpenter before. He was a great carpenter before. He just has a better tool to work with now, and I think those two things in marriage make it a little bit better. But go ahead. I want to hear yours.
This is how we shut this down, because y'all use the same lame excuse. He walked into a good. How many Super Bowls did Andy Reid win before Patrick Mahomes?
But he had been the one before Patrick Mahomes.
No. I didn't ask that.
Listen.
How many Super Bowls did he win?
Y'all don't make that argument for Jordan. Y'all don't make that argument for Jordan, though. Y'all don't do that for Jordan. Y'all don't do that for Jordan. All right, go ahead.
Mac, you're not going to do that. You're not going to move the goalpost. The question is, how many championships did Andy Reid win before Patrick Mahomes?
None.
How much success has Eric Bieniemy had without Patrick Mahomes?
None.
Okay, so if it's the system and walked into a situation, then it could work with anybody or have at least decent success. Now, it's not to take anything away from Reid, but it's their job to put the quarterback they have in the best situation. But at the end of the day, that player has to make the play. Patrick Mahomes, time and time again, has made some of the most difficult throws. He's made some of the greatest plays. Now, because they have gotten even better and more, I guess, well-oiled over the years, he hasn't put up like touchdown numbers and stuff like he did early on, but they get the dub. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of that is due to Patrick Mahomes' playmaking ability and his grasping of the system to take it to another
absolutely
level.
Agree with that. So, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
But when we make this, he walked into. He still got to go out there. And win.
I know that's what I'm saying. It was the perfect.
Jackson has been successful because he makes plays. If you throw the backup into any of them situations and see if they have the same success.
No, again, that's not where I disagree with it at all. The problem I have with it is, all right, so let me ask you this question. Are you saying that we're talking about Patrick Mahomes the same way if he were in Dallas?
We don't have to because he's not.
I know, but that's kind of what my point. That's kind of what my point is. Yeah.
Being the greatest of all time conversation.
Yeah, but
you can't go a hypothetical.
But I don't like doing that. When Tom Brady, let me go back to Tom Brady. Tom Brady made it almost. Hold on. Tom Brady made it an almost impossible conversation when he left New England, went to Tampa Bay, and won again. Like that, he made the conversation almost impossible. It was just like, man, dang, I'm gonna have to concede. But it's being able to see that greatness outside of what helped develop it. And again, the truth of the matter for Tom Brady is that greatness that he had was developed. He had to develop into that, and that's fine. Like that's not being held against him. Like Michael Jordan with Doug Collins was still the best player in the NBA. Doug Collins just didn't know how to win with him. So he couldn't win until he got with Phil Jackson, and he didn't win without Phil. He couldn't win with Doug Collins, but he couldn't win without Phil. And that's kind of what the point is. What I don't like about the GOAT conversations is how we attach it to that individual.
But that's the point.
You can't attach it to that individual that way.
You just said it. Was Mike not still great?
Yeah.
Without
But we wouldn't be saying that he was the GOAT had he not won the championship.
We don't know that.
No, we do know that because we don't say that about anybody. Nobody. You know who the greatest quarterback is in history? Really, statistically, it was Dan Marino. Nobody gave him the GOAT title because he didn't have championships.
No, but he is one of the greatest of all time.
Dan Marino's probably
everybody's top.
I would argue
he's everybody's
he should be in everybody's top 3 because Dan Marino's probably one of the greatest talents to ever play quarterback. He was throwing the gaudy numbers they throw now in the 80s.
Yeah, because they were running too. They were passing. But here's the thing. We don't have to have that argument with Patrick Mahomes. Why? Because he's won 3 with a possibility of winning 3 in a row. So that's what I'm saying. We sit here and try to find these arguments.
All I'm saying
because we don't want to put the cat in the conversation because we don't like it.
But here's the reason why I can't put him in the conversation. Because like I said, let's say Patrick Mahomes, how long has he been in the league now? 7 years, right? 8 years. All right. So let's say he plays another.
He's going to his 5th Super Bowl.
All right. So listen to what I'm saying. Let's say, with that still being true, what I'm saying is, if you can't keep that same energy, if he wins this year, let's just assume that he wins this year and he doesn't win again. Will people keep the same energy about Pat Mahomes being the GOAT? And I'm going to go ahead and be Negro Damas again and say no, because when Brady didn't win for 10 years, they didn't keep the same energy about him. And that's the reason why I'm saying it. It wasn't until he started winning again on the second end of his career that people started calling him the GOAT.
But he went to 11 Super Bowls.
Huh?
He went to 11 Super Bowls with New England.
No, he didn't go to 11 with New England.
Look it up.
He didn't go to 11 with New England. Because they only won 6 and they lost 2. He only went to 8.
Are you serious? Yeah. They lost to the Eagles.
No, I'm sorry. They lost 3. So he only went to 9. No, they lost to the Eagles and they lost to the Giants twice. They didn't lose to anybody else in Super Bowl.
Yes.
They didn't lose any other Super Bowls.
So let me say this. You not counting the Super Bowl he went to with Tampa Bay. So he's got how many Super Bowl rings? 7.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes, and in that 7, how many times did he do it 3 in a row?
9, but come on, man.
Has anybody won 3 in a row?
Nobody's won 3 in a row. But
so you mean
but if they win, it won't be because. So you telling me that the three-peat will be because of Patrick Mahomes solely?
That's a dynasty.
But the team is a dynasty though, not Patrick Mahomes.
He is, and he is the leader, the face. So he could go without winning any more Super Bowls.
All I'm saying is,
and guess what? If he continues to be productive and put up numbers, he will be still considered one of the greatest.
He will, but people will not be calling. They won't be calling him the GOAT. If he goes on an 11-year, so after today, if Patrick Mahomes goes on to play until he's in his late 30s, and he goes on an 11-year skid where he doesn't get any further than the divisional round, they will not be calling him the GOAT. That's kind of what my point is. And that's the reason why I don't like the conversation. He's early in his career. Let his career play out. Let's see it in its totality, and then let's give him the label at that point. That's what I'm saying. We were just We were just giving that label to Tom Brady. We ain't even turned over twice. Tom Brady had the label already before he retired. They had already labeled it him. We ready to give it to somebody else this quick without letting his career flourish completely. Just so you know, and just so this is on the record, I'm making the same argument against Patrick Mahomes that I was making for LeBron James. Let's let his career play out. Jordan stuff is cemented. It's done. You can't change any of it. Patrick Mahomes might win this year and turn into Deshaun Jackson. Nobody's gonna be talking about him the same way if he turns into Deshaun Jackson the rest of the way in his career. Deshaun Watson. You're right. My bad.
You can't even get
my
bad.
My bad. Deshaun Watson.
This is what I'm talking about.
Right here. Man, we out. This is
what I'm talking about. You have an extremely talented quarterback who is going to his 5th Super Bowl in 8 years. And you're trying to tell me that he doesn't deserve to possibly be in the discussion, especially if he wins the Super Bowl a 3rd straight.
No, because he's in his 8th season. That's the only. There's no other reason why. You notice I'm not breaking down his talent. What I'm saying is he's in his 8th season. No, because he's in his 8th season. No, because nobody's gonna continue that same energy if he goes on an 11-year skid. No. Like that. I'm saying it for that reason. There's no other reason. I'm not saying that he can't do. Okay. I'm saying that the tenor will change if he's no longer winning after the season. The tenor will change, and people will forget that they were calling him the GOAT in 2025, in 2035. People will forget that 10 years from now if he's not winning. And it won't change what his history was. That's kind of what my point is. It won't change what he did. Like, I definitely don't want you to think that the argument I'm making is because I think Patrick Mahomes is lesser than what people are saying to. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he's 8 years into his career. Let's save the GOAT conversation till his career's finished. And then let's reevaluate it at that point. Because he could go from being what he is now to Deshaun Watson. And nobody will be talking about him the same. Everybody thought Cleveland was going to the Super Bowl when Deshaun Watson got there, and nobody complained about the guaranteed dollars that he got. Not a soul. Until he started going on the skid. And then it was, oh my God, this looks like the dumbest thing anybody has ever done in their life. Nobody said that when it happened, though. And that's the point that I'm making. Nobody said that when it happened. Nobody said that.
Well, I'm gonna end this thing like this. Is this my camera?
Yeah, you got it.
Get my camera. I'm gonna go ahead and put the boy in the discussion because he's doing something that not many have done in that first 8 years. And if he wins this 3rd one, you're going to have to keep him in the discussion, even if he doesn't win another one. Because we know, barring a drastic injury or something that may hinder his career, he's always going to be one of the tops in the league because he can just ball. So I don't care what Mac is saying, and Mac don't even believe half that stuff he's saying because he knows Mahomes gonna ball, and Mac knows better. With a talent like Mahomes has, he could probably go anywhere and be successful. Will he win a number of Super Bowls? Maybe not, but I think he could go anywhere, and with the right offensive coordinator that allows him to be Mahomes, he can still put up numbers in any jersey. Yeah. I think most would agree with that. But the fact of the matter still remains. If he wins 3 in a row and his 4th title, which not many can compare, some of the greatest of the greats. How many Super Bowls does Peyton Manning have?
Yeah, we gonna roll on that one.
He's already got more than Peyton.